Okay, so I just wanted to talk a little bit so there wasn't just complete silence, and I go into it in a bit more detail in about a minute or two. But you'll notice there's a bit of a discrepancy between the souls from this part and last part, and that's because I did record the other part where I hunted for Gavlan, but I hunted within No Man's Wharf in the wrong area, as the differences between where he is in Scholar of the First Sin and regular Dark Souls um, is different. So I hunted those areas and I was unsuccessful at finding him. And then I thought, okay, well, I'll move on to the Earthen Peak. And I went there and I was unsuccessful at finding him there. Then I went to the Door of Pharos and I killed all the enemies along the way, which makes up for that bit of a discrepancy. So what you're seeing now is me essentially the finalized product of recording the locations of Gavlan from Scholar of the First Sin and displaying that footage for you. So I'm able to buy those infinite amounts of poison arrows. Ah, here he is. This is Gavlan. So you might have noticed that from the last part where I left off. If I did, indeed include this to like go between parts, is that my souls may not have matched up, and that's because I went through the Lost Bastille and I did not the Lost Bastille. God damn it, the No Man's Wharf. And the No Man's Wharf is different in Dark Souls than it is for Scholar of the First Scene. In Dark Souls, he is uh, in this rickety shack where all those long-armed black creatures are, surrounded by two chests, one of them that has a trap. But in the Scholar of the First Sin edition, he's next to the Lucatiel of Mirror Summon, where the portcullis is. You saw it in the No Man's Wharf, and then he moves to Harvest Valley, and then he comes here. The reason why I wanted him here is because now he sells an infinite amount of poison arrows, and I can actually spend some souls on buying poison arrows. I'm not going to buy that many. I'm probably going to buy 300, 400. 300 sounds about right. That should be okay. I can buy a ring. I don't want it because I have the +1. And I will probably buy 2 more of these. These aren't really going to come in handy when it comes to the first case of DLC. One thing that he does do is, wonderfully enough, he sells. Well, no, you do sell stuff to him. Sorry, I'm just used to NPCs like Framped, who just consume the object that you have. So I'm just finding duplicates now, and I'm going to get rid of them because I don't need them. And the easiest way to find duplicates is there'll be 2 next to each other like that, and you can just get rid of them. So there's 3 prisoner gauntlets. All souls kind of make a difference in some way. I like to at least have 1 of each item, so I don't really care for 2 of particular items, and I don't really care too much for the souls either. The souls are kind of inconsequential in the end. Rings, usually I keep every single one of those I can. Pardon me. And generally you'll get probably... no, that's 10. Yuck. Mini deal, awesome. Okay, so there are the arrows that I want. That's pretty much what I wanted to do with that. I'm gonna head back to Medulla. I'm gonna see what bows that I can use to upgrade that will be better than the short bow I have now, because I really want to see if there's something that scales better with dexterity and or strength. Okay, so the bow in which I want to get is one that scales worse with strength but better with dexterity, is the Hunter's Black Bow. Problem with that is when it scales E with strength and S with dexterity, but I'm not quite sure whether or not it would be better. than say a short bow plus 10. I know a short bow plus 10 at the moment. I think it's what does that scale with at the moment? It's a D with strength and an A with dexterity at a base attack of 123. If I upgrade that to a plus 10, it will probably not really be any better. So it might be worth going to get the Hunter's Black Bow. Now, what the Hunter's Black Bow is it's in a chest at the bonfire before the Jewel Dragon Rider in the Dragon Lake Castle. So we're going to go to this area here, which is before the Jewel Dragon Rider. So we're going to, actually we probably should have run backwards. So I will actually go to the Dragon Rider's boss door area and then go backwards. And then that could be something that I upgrade. And that will be most likely the bow I get to 10. So here we are. Let's see if I can find this ladder. Queenie's not there anymore. Interesting. Just wondering, did I put it away or did I leave it out? I'm so confused as to where it might be. Actually, I think it was at that ladder here that I jumped down. So I'm gonna go down this ladder. I'm pretty sure there's a second ladder here somewhere, so I kind of just wasted my time going back and forward. So there's that. Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. There's the Hunter's Black Bow. And that's probably going to be better for me. It fires faster than a short bow, and it has the exact same stamina consumption per attack. So I'm not putting myself at a disadvantage by using that bow. But I definitely would like to use it over the short bow if it does, in fact, have a better AR rating. Okay, reinforce. Let's have a look. What are we reinforcing? Hunter's Black Bow right here. So we've already got 84. That's 130 for the 10. Let's see how we go. That's an S, so that's... It's starting to exceed it now at number 5. So I'm going to buy the large Titanite shards and the Titanite chunks from this lady here.
You've been well.
I'm gonna buy 6, and I'll buy 5,
Visit me.
and then I'll pop a soul. Just one of these should be enough. Hopefully. Oh, it's not gonna be enough. One more Titanite chunk. So I'm going to pop the last big soul I have because I need at least 6,000 for that. 20,000, that's fine. And then I'll spend the remainder on life gems. So one more chunk should do it.
Visit me.
And then it'll be a slab to upgrade it. I do that every single time. Okay, so the difference... Where the hell to go? Oh, okay, so the difference was 130 for the Hunter's Black Bow. For the short bow. So it is better. What's that? Oh, stupid of me. Hang on. Step up. Maximum distance achieved by ranging attacks. So not only does it have a better durability and a better distance, it also does more damage. That would only go to 130 down there, the attack. So I'm pretty happy with that right there. So I'm going to swap that out. It's a little heavier. It's heavier by 1 whole weight unit, whether you call that a kilo or a pound or whatever. Don't care. but that's still plenty. And I'm going to spend every single last bit of souls I have on life gems. And now I'm at the point where I have to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm still kind of tossing and turning up what I'm going to do. I don't know whether or not I should unlock all the bonfires before I move on, unlock the DLCs before I move on. So I'm probably going to take a break from recording and just see what I can kind of think about here at the moment. So there's a whole bunch of things on the floor right here. These fires represent bosses, and they light dependent on what bosses you unlock. And a dude will usually stand here and talk to you about him. His name's he's a cartographer, but unfortunately I haven't unlocked him yet. I unlocked him in my game. By my game I mean the Dark Souls one that I recorded on PlayStation 3 years ago. We're talking probably like 4 years ago. But yeah, for now, that's it. I still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm absolutely stumped. I have no idea.